everybody, welcome to Speaking of Schmoedown, a sports talk show devoted to the movie trivia Schmoedown. We're 1 week out from Collision. Got some big news to talk about when a little bit later on in the show about that show. I'm so damn excited about next week, guys. I'm sorry, I really am too. I've been talking about it to everyone who will listen for like the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I started planning next week's episode literally like a month and a half ago, dude.
Wow.
Dude, some of the people that I reached out to be on the show and have confirmed recently forgot that they had confirmed because I asked them so long ago. I'm going to call them out. Chris Lopez is one of them who will be a guest co-host that day. He just 2 days ago, he's like, yeah, man, whatever you need me for, like 20 minutes, dude, and 15 minutes, dude, I can talk. And I'm like, dude, you're a guest co-host that day. And he's like, oh yeah. So that's how excited I am about next week. I started asking people a month and a half ago. But anyway, guys, we got Double D. How you doing, bud?
I'm great. I'm looking forward to next week. Like you said, I'm actually ahead of schedule, which is new for me. I have all the topics for what I want to do in my segment, so I'm ready to go. You know what, Jay? Let's just go for it. Let's do it right now. Oh, wait, no, we would have to reschedule everything. Forget it.
All right, man. I love the hyperness today. Soda is here from Schmoes of the North. Buddy, it's been a while. How you doing?
It has been a while, Jade. I'm doing good, actually. Full disclosure, this is actually the first week I've been able to watch any Schmoedown content in the last little while because my life has been really busy doing a new job and all the other stuff I do. So it was actually great to be able to dive back in and watch this weekend. Thank you, as usual, for having me on here.
Yeah, not a problem at all. And joining us for the second week in a row, Aaron, how you doing, bud?
Good. Thank you for having me back once again. All this talk about jobs and show prep, I have no responsibility here. I'm just here for the ride.
Isn't that always the best?
Yeah. Tell everyone how easy it is to be a guest on this show, like a co-host and all that.
Very easy.
Yeah, dude, I make some notes that'll blow your mind, dude. And yeah.
Pull back the curtain a little bit. There has been a few times where Jay has literally asked me the last minute to be on, and I've done it, and it was a smooth, easy transition. So he's not wrong.
Yeah, man, I'm proud of that, actually. Let's get right into the week's matches, and as usual, we have a game here, a hot potato style game called Hot Matches, where Frenchie's sitting behind there. He's got time limits as well as other determining factors as to when someone will be eliminated, but the main factor which makes it fun is when his little timer goes off, whoever's talking at that moment is eliminated, removed from the screen and the game, and we do this till there's one person left. And then the consequences and rewards come into play in the interview portion. And since we do have Paige for Betty on today, we will talk about the second two matches first. The second one being Jen Kemp from Swag versus Felix Morit from Stars. And I'm just going to say it, man. I've been thinking a lot about this, and there's been a lot of holding back on things, and it's no disrespect to anyone. I think if you listen to me, you know that by now. This was a really tough match to watch. It was a KO in the second round, 18-7, and in my personal opinion, there are some others, and I didn't call it out at the moment, so I'm not going to backtrack now, but I'm sorry, but I feel Felix, he's not of caliber to be in the Schmoedown. It was a showing that would tell me that he needs to be in the developmental league and develop a little bit more.
So you think he was called up too soon? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't exactly argue that, but I mean, like, again, we just have a very small sample size with him, so I mean, that's really hard to determine. Maybe he's just having a bad day or whatever. But I'm just happy to see that Jen Kemp got the win because she's come close a few times, and you always hear how good she is, and she definitely demonstrated it with this one with a KO in the second round because that's not easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, she went perfect throughout the whole match. I mean, she didn't miss a single question, and honestly, I think Felix just did have a bad match. I mean, unless Roxy just doesn't know what she's doing, it seems like her. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, but it just seemed like I think it was just more into the character rather than the fact.
Oh, okay then.
That was quick. Yeah, actually, I do agree with him. I'm going to pick up on it. I thought he played the part that he was trying to do very smooth. It was almost like Roxy Stryer was trying to write Ben Bateman back into the Schmoedown a little bit with the suit and the glasses, and like he was doing that fine enough. But yeah, and again, I don't know if it's because he's been a part of the team so long and hasn't played, so he was really cold, or what it was about it. But it really wasn't an impressive performance, and it makes you wonder if like the two Barstool guys were the ones that got dropped, but he got kept. It really makes you wonder what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also do want to say that I'm something else that, okay, dude, there's nothing wrong with a manager just telling someone, dude, you're not playing well. You need to kick it up. There's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. I would love to hear this, especially in the post match. I'm just like, you gave it your best. You know, you're better than that, dude. That may all be true, but I think we as fans, we need to hear.
Oh, well, what I wanted to bring up was, unfortunately, Felix has only played the one match, so that plays into what I said. It's really hard to determine just how good of a player he is. So that's why, as much as you respect Jay's opinion, I think it's unfair to say he is a first-class league caliber player after only one match. Like, I mean, how many players have not started out well out of the gate? Like, it's just one of those things. So I'm curious to see what happens going forward. But like I said earlier, I'm happy that Jen won the match. I mean, she deserves it. She really does.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know Jen personally, but through the connections I've had in the fan leagues with people in the fan leagues, I've been aware of Jen for a number of years. She's a really, really nice person, and her performances have never been bad. It's just never been quite there. So it is good for her to get that win and get a win so confidently. Oh, he's back. The game's changed.
What happened there?
No,
that was my bad.
That's okay.
I'll explain later.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So I was going to say, actually, unless, Jay, you want to continue your point, I kind of wanted to carry on about the manager, because I think you're actually making a great point.
Well, yeah, I do, because, and I'm gonna railroad you, because to be honest, man, no, as far as managing a sport, dude, Sam Levine is by far the greatest who has ever done it, and he just is so damn amazing. Yeah, he's just so damn amazing. But I don't know. Roxy tends to coddle a lot. They all do to a point, but I just think that they need to be honest, especially on screen, more for us to know that they are taking it seriously to a point. I mean, I don't think any of us think they're not taking it seriously, but you know, when you have little moments like that.
I do like Roxy's approach to managing, just because I do think you have to manage every player individually to their strengths or whatever, but I do agree there has to come a time where that ends and you have to be honest with them. So I kind of agree with you on the coddling a little bit.
I think it's as a result of, and this is one of the flaws with the digital age, and there is a way around it. They could edit stuff, they could do more with it, but because the managers are on screen so much this year, particularly for the like in between round talks, I don't think any manager wants to come off like they're bashing their player. I think that'd be a bad look for them. And so I think what it comes down to is they're trying to sound positive while slipping little things in here. But what it really comes off is every manager, for the most part, is giving the exact same advice, and we're hearing the repetitiveness over and over again. So much so that the most fresh thing I've heard in a long time was when Sam Levine made fun of it and then continued to do it, because that's all they really can say without harshly going after a competitor and saying, hey, step it up a notch, do better. So like, for all I know, he did better in practices. For all I know, what she says is, oh, he's been a huge help behind the scenes and he's been a trainer. But that's also become a bit of a go-to if somebody's not doing too well. That's like the go-to now as well, is, oh, they're really helping behind the scenes. And it's when you hear so much of the same thing, it's really hard to know what's true. All you can judge off of the fact.
Well, okay.
Oh, hey, and with that, I also got something I want to say that goes to this proves, or not proves, but this is a great example of something I've been saying now. Sometimes you can have perfect matches, high scoring matches with superstars, and they can still, for whatever reason, be unentertaining or.
You know what's beauty about this? You know what the beauty about this is? I'm just gonna say this right now. I've only watched one match this week, and I somehow managed to survive the hot matches.
You dickhead. But real quick, I'll finish my thought, and then we'll kick it to Dan real quick to talk here. But yeah, like I've said before, how some matches to me aren't interesting, but they're like high-scoring matches and stuff like that. This is a great example of what I mean because Jesse Swift and Jacob here, they're newbies, and this was a low-scoring match, but it was very interesting to me. It was like in baseball terms, it was like a 2-1 game, but they slugged it out the whole time, so it was interesting. I liked it.
I would disagree with you, Jay, because this match was the toughest to get through this week. I mean, I just end it already, end my suffering. And of course, we had to go to sudden death. It's like, oh, dear God, it was brutal. And I don't think this is a fault of the players. I think I thought those questions were really, really difficult, especially when Jesse Swift got Planet of the Apes. I mean, I've seen every Planet of the Apes movies, and granted, it's been a while, but I'm going, what the hell are these questions? I was very tough for me. So I don't blame Jesse Swift just scoring 2 points from that round because it was like, oh, but man, that was hard for me to watch. As someone who's a big fan of the IG.
Hey, real quick, Frenchie.
He's on.
Frenchie, throw up Leo Logan's comment there, please. The hot mess. I agree with this. There were a couple of moments. There were a couple of things. If I wanted to really, if I wanted to get on a roll and stuff like that, there are some things, a couple things in this match that I could pick on. One of them was done by Ellis, which is something that he's done on a regular basis for years and years. Leo, you're absolutely correct. That match was a hot mess, to put it kindly. However, I still thought it was good. And I'll keep on that baseball thing. It's a 2-1 game in the end, but the whole game they're running, they're hitting runs, they're throwing throwing people out and amazing pickoffs, and just it can be a hot mess, yes, but I found it to be entertaining. I found it to be more entertaining than I don't know. I'm trying to think now, but I can't anyway.
Is there another match you could compare it to into being a hot mess? Is it it's not like it's obviously a Dagnino Burnett hot mess.
Yeah. Okay. I brought it, and I'm not going to harp or rail on it or anything, but I did bring it up. And this is just me thinking, again, sports talk show, sports mind point of view. There was a question about Alien. Who wrote this Alien movie? Kind of deal. And the answer was Prometheus, right. Which is an Alien movie.
It is.
And after they asked the question, Ellis is like, curveball with some spit on it. Now, to the average person, you wouldn't think about that. But if I'm in that moment, and one second, Dan, if I'm in that moment and I'm thinking about that comment that's made, I'm gonna be like, curveball. Well, that's something that it's not straight. It's not what you think it is. Mm-hmm. It's gonna move on you at the last second, and I would be like, curveball. What does that have to do with Alien? Prometheus is an Alien movie, but it's not named Alien.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's that kind of stuff that is very small, but it is very easy for the right-minded competitor to pick up on those little things and then get the question when they maybe would have. Dan, I'm sorry you got messed up there. What were you saying?
I think I just said what I think I finished my thought when I just cut out, because I just said that it was just hard to watch, and that was it. So.
And I was going to say, to jump off your point about the curveball comment, I do think they both kind of took that to heart, because their two answers were Alien Resurrection and Alien 3, which are two examples of horrible films that have people that have made good content involved in them. Because Joss Whedon's one of the writers of Resurrection, and obviously David Fincher directed Alien 3. So I do think they went that direction, but if you thought of it a little more literally, Prometheus is literally the only answer, because it's the only Alien film without Alien in its title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But,
Yeah,
great match.
I do want to say, and it's hard to give some sort of credit here because of how the match went. I do have to give credit to Whitnabin because I do think he stepped it up. It's not very clear when you look at the final score and you look at how the match went down, but I would say this is the first time in a long time where there was a clear difficulty spike in these questions. Some of those round one questions were a lot harder than some of the other ones we've had this year, and those Planet of the Apes questions were fucking punishing. So
because Planet of the Apes is a very dense franchise.
Really it is. And so this is the first time it really felt like, and I mean, what was the other one? The Shadow was the 5-pointer.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time.
I love that movie.
They said this thing of like, yeah, we're adding all these movies because it's the great equalizer. This is the first time where it's really looked like an equalizer where, I mean, and I love Jesse, but he really did look like a deer in headlights for a second. And I did too. I didn't know. The only answer I knew was the 15 years, and that's because it's one of the only Apes films I've seen that I like. So it really is but with that said, sorry, point aside, with that said, Whitnabin did improve. I'm pretty sure he scored less points in his last match, in a match where questions were easier, theoretically speaking. So I would say there was a level of improvement. He could do better going forward. But good for Jesse that he got the win, because whoever came out of this probably wasn't going to feel great either way.
Yeah. And as we said, we've got Paige for Betty coming up here a little bit later on in the show, and we will definitely talk about that match then. No, you won't, Jay. You'll talk about all the other matches with her. No, we will talk about the match that she was in. And she said a few times on this when calling out to Grace and to Christian to give her a second match, give her a third match, give her more matches. She wants 20 matches booked right now. If you ask her, I bet she would say, yeah, I want my next 20 years booked. I guarantee you she's that hyped.
The Boston competitiveness.
Yes, that Boston badass. And another Boston badass, Roxy Stryer. Yeah, thank you for that clip, girl. Double D.
For whatever reason, the clip didn't. But there was no sound, so for whatever reason,
you didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it.
Nope, still nothing.
Well, I don't know then.
Well, I'm sorry, Roxy, we had to cut you off for this week, but we're going to go into my segment real quick, and because I left, I have to share my screen again. So give me a second. Okay, so Aaron, so let me since Paige for Betty is on this, we're going to talk a little about hockey stats. So there's something in hockey called first goal win stats, and what that means is whoever gets that first goal and wins the match, that's basically what the win stats is. Someone who wins the match but gets the first goal. So, but because hockey and Schmoedown aren't that compatible, we do have to kind of manipulate the statistics a little bit. Hold on. So basically, what does it mean by taking the lead? So during each round, players can consistently switch positions. So from round one person may get one question right, then miss the next question, but the other person it's very confusing, and I don't have that information. So for our purposes, we're going to define taking the lead as whoever is leading after round one. If there is a tie at the end of round one, we'll see what happens at the end of the next round, and so on and so forth. So here's the categories of how it's going to break down. So round one lead is basically who has the lead in round one and takes home the win. Simple as that. Round two lead is there's a tie in round one. They take the lead in round two, and they end up winning the match. I'm going to combine the betting round and the speed round because they're very close. It's very fast, so we're just going to combine it. And obviously a tie within round one and round two, and whoever takes the win. So all those people are in that category. Final round lead, there's a tie in every other round, but someone gets the lead in round one and they win the match. All those go in there. If someone takes the lead and they don't take the win, it's just a straight up no. And finally, if there's a tie throughout the whole match, think Alex Damon versus Demolanta, and the deciding factor is in sudden death, that'll just go in its own category, sudden death win. So out of all these categories, Aaron, which one do you think has the most percentage-wise for singles? Aaron?
Sorry. Probably round one.
Round one? Okay, so which one do you think has the most, that has the least amount?
The least. Probably the no.
No? Oh, okay, well, let's check it out for singles. In singles, 51% has a round one lead, and they end up winning the match. For round two lead, it's 14% of the time. 1% has a four round lead. 2% of matches had a final round lead and end up winning the match, and a staggering 31% had a no. So of all the matches, 31% in singles had a win, and there was only 1% where it went all the way through, that was tied the whole way through and ended up in sudden death. So with teams, do you think that it's going to be the same number, same story, or do you think the numbers are going to change a bit?
It'll probably change a little bit. I'd say probably more favored around two.
Okay, well, let's go see. So in teams, round one is 69%. Hello! I had to do that. So round two is less. I had to do that, Frenchie. Is less. It's 7%. With round four lead, it's 0%. A final round lead is 2%, and a no is 21%, and sudden death is 1%. So, which one of these statistics actually surprises you the most?
Probably the no being so big on both of them. When you think about it, somebody who leads through a match losing at the end so often.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that someone. I mean, but I really want to see. This is going to be a continuing segment because there's going to be a part two, because I would like to see how much of how many different points there are between the no. How much of a lead is a 1 point lead? Was it a 2 point lead? I'm going to figure that out later on. But IG, it's for a round one lead, it's 62%. For a round two lead, it's 17%. 0% is a round four. There's a final round lead for 1% of the matches, and the rest, 20% of the time, there was a straight up no, where someone had the lead in some of the rounds, but they didn't take home the win. I think one of the more famous ones is like Chance Ellison, where he was in the lead, he was better, but he didn't take home the win. I think another one was like Dan Murrell, or Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman was one where he played better than Dan Murrell, but he did not take home the win. Dan Murrell got lucky with that one. So now we're going to go into Star Wars. So I'm going to ask you a different question. So obviously the no has been pretty big throughout all the different divisions. With Star Wars, do you think that's going to be smaller or greater than what we've seen so far?
Smaller?
How much smaller? Do you think it's going to be somewhere between 20 and 10, 10 to 5? Where do you think? Let's just keep it simple. Do you think it's going to be under or higher than 10%?
I'm going to go under, because generally those slip ups happen early.
Okay, well, let's check this out. So for Star Wars, round one lead is 59%. For round two lead, it's 14% of the time. 0% of the time is because most of the time it's been a tie and they just continue on. 0% for a final round lead. And sudden and straight up no is 19%. It's much, much greater. And sudden death win is 18% of the time. Now, you're kind of right in thinking that, but keep in mind, Star Wars matches we have very limited amount of Star Wars matches, even though we're getting a lot more this season compared to last season, but there's still quite few compared to IG, singles, teams. So obviously those numbers, these percentages are going to inflate accordingly. But yeah, it's 19% of the matches so far where you have the lead, but you don't take home the win. But again, 59% where you do have that round one lead, and and you end up winning the match. And obviously 14%, that's a combined of 73%. So that if you have the lead between round 1 and round 2, that's actually considered great. But obviously we don't have Roxy Stryer on the phone, but I guarantee she'll say that I have the sexiest numbers around by far. Jay, how were you able to follow along, or were you was it all Greek to you?
I will be 100% honest with you right now, Dan. While you were doing that, I was speaking with Paige in DMs, finalizing something, and so I honestly didn't pay attention. I really.
So you're bored. Okay, you're bored. Okay, that's good.
No, for real. Like
I'm just joking, Jay. I'm joking.
Trying to find but yeah, hey.
If I can chime in, I actually found this very fascinating. Round 1 is the game setter. It's like the thing that goes through all divisions. If you have a good round 1 and you have the lead, there's a bigger chance you win. So it's good to practice 5-pointers and go into hard questions. But if you have mastered your round 1 game, you have almost over 50% chance of not winning the goddamn match.
Yeah, I'm actually make a part 2 to this because I want to know how many points differ between the lead, between the win and the loss. I want to know that. I wish I had more time to actually talk about that, but unfortunately, I didn't have enough time. That's going to be a part 2, though. Thanks for recommending it.
Back and I will watch this later on after the show. Sorry, Dan.
That's all right. That's all right. I still love you.
Thanks, man. And hey, just so you know,
you had the sexiest numbers by far.
Yep.
We got Roxy Stryer back. Thank you, Roxy.
And I sound a lot better now too, don't I?
Yeah.
I will own every single stuff that has happened today. It all is because of me and started with me. So, that being said,
I tried to tell you that before we were about to go live, but it's like I didn't get in time. But
I just forget sometimes. That's on me. But yeah, we're gonna go now to Frenchie's corner. And here, like I said, we got Paige coming up in 15 minutes, and in 10 minutes, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how you can win a month of Schmoedown Patreon at the $10 tier. So make sure you're here in 10 minutes. Frenchie, what do we have for Frenchie's corner today?
All right. Well, I was thinking, apparently there's going to be a lot of changes next year. Like always, I'm trying to foresee the future of what is in store next for next season. And I was thinking factions, right? We've had factions twice now, like a full-fledged. It's been working. It's interesting. But what can you do to make something interesting even more? Play on the fact that we have factions. So today's subject is no faction versus Ronin style faction. Now, for someone who does not know what Ronin style is, I'll explain because that's my position. But we're gonna go to your position first. You apparently want no factions. You want like the OG season 4, season 3 type of stuff. Everyone for itself and screw being in teams. That's what you think, right?
Yeah, and this has got to be shocking to people who hear me talk about how much I enjoy the factions and everything. But something that was brought up before, there are storylines, like as far as the WWE aspect, there are storylines that can carry out through a whole year. They develop over the year. Christian's talked about that. The Schmoedown, each season has changed in some way at least, whether, the season of the new, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you know what, dude? Let's do a thing where we tried the sports aspect. It was fun. We had the digital era, why that happened. We got burnt out on it. We're going live. Dude, screw the factions. We're going back to free-for-all style of each man for themselves. Maybe you get a couple little clicks like we had before. I would prefer not to at all. But yeah, man, I mean, every man for themselves. No point system as far as collecting points and all of that. But just going out there and kicking ass, man.
Look, if you do that, you take away everything they've worked for to be with Skybound, to have money in, to have a prize, to make this a valuable way of, eventually a way of living, or at least make some side money for the winners, right? Because they put a lot of time, energy, and sweat to actually be at the level they are. There should be a prize money at the end. If you do no factions, you're just what are you doing with the money? You're just reinvesting in Schmoedown. Cool, but what about the players? The way I see it is Ronin style. Ronin style goes with a bit with what you need and what the players need. You have factions, but to start the season, you have a very limited number of players, and then you have vacancy on those teams. And then you also have players that are not on the team, aka the Ronin, Japanese samurai who is not part of the clan. And the more they win matches, the more they fight the right to be in a faction. Either the faction chooses or they choose. That's up to Christian to verify. And once they get filled in into a team, a faction, the people from SCL, instead of being recruited into a faction, they have to fight the right and become Ronins to be able to go into a faction and so forth, right? So it balances out the factions. You avoid having super teams in a way, and it's much more of a challenge. But what are you gonna do with yours? No one gets money and good for everyone. Nah.
You can still pay the players, but what you're suggesting here sounds like a bad Walt Disney trip, man. Come on, dude. I don't understand
what is that even supposed to mean.
About. I don't understand a word you just said.
Okay, well,
in FCL and fighting.
Exactly. So
are we having like some sort of medieval fucking style battle between Schmoedown and FCL? And
first of all, learn your geography. Japanese, Japan, not freaking Europe, and not in the Dark Ages. And third of all,
I don't even know who Ronin is.
Ronin is a samurai with no clan. Learn some history, Jay Wade. And look, I understand you don't understand, but if you would stop having aneurysm, you might understand. This is okay. I'll repeat for you. You have factions. Those factions have less players than they would usually. They would sign instead of doing a draft. You have Ronin players. Those factions, have players that have matches. They have points, and that point system will determine who they get as Ronin. They are allowed to choose people as Ronin, and those people Ronin are trying to fight for the right to be on a team. If not, they go to the FCL or something like that, right? And they get replaced with other players that proven it.
Right there, I won. You went through that whole thing confident. You almost had me sold, and then you go something like that, meaning even you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What?
I won. Let's see what the crew thinks about it.
Oh God, Jay Wade. And again, Ronin are Japanese, medieval times and knights and shit like that is Europe. Not the same thing.
Hey, man, you're the one who was talking about it.
Ronin's also Hawkeye's other ego. How the hell am I the only one on the screen now? Well, why not? This is the soda show, apparently. And he's back.
I'm back. Okay, so I got what
my fingers are slow, people.
Hey.
So I have only one argument against this. I want to keep the factions because I really enjoy the point statistic that I have developed, where we forecast where all the factions are going to go towards. I like that. I want to keep that. So I don't want to lose that. That's something that I've built. That's what I've gotten to be on this show for, Jay. That's why Frankie Janis recommended me to be on this show. So I don't want to lose that statistic, something that's on your show. So yeah, that's all I need to say, because you're going to lose less content because I have a hard time figuring out what else to come up with the 2 weeks that we don't.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing a hybrid.
Are you arguing the future of the Schmoedown based on your job security?
Yes. Yes.
No, I propose a hybrid, to be honest. Like, you do the draft and all that stuff, but you still leave a couple slots open. So once you get to the first free agent player, that's when you look at all the players vying for their spot on the team. That way you keep the faction standing, but you also do a little bit of the Ronin thing that Frenchie suggests. I think it could go over well, because it would create like a bidding war sort of thing, as to who gets who.
Yeah, I like that idea, because you can actually, if you have someone that's really good, really hot, and someone, I mean, I don't know, man, but yeah, I like that bidding kind of war. It's like you try to offer people stuff. I like that idea. And they kind of go to one one faction over another.
Yeah, it could be like when we got the Clark's decision sort of thing. It could be something like that, where you could even play into it with vignettes and stuff where like we did with Barbarian, like managers are approaching certain players. Hey, you're doing good. You want to join my team? Like, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think it's a really great idea. I think it's a way of, because I think the big thing people have complained about is the factions are a little too big. So I think if we slim that down a little bit and then we keep extra competitors around through this style of you're fighting for your place on the faction, I think it works really well. Maybe the only thing it needs is a name change. If you use the name Ronin and Samurai, I think you are going to confuse the people who think that's like from ancient Rome. But the concept is
other ego.
But I think the concept itself is a good idea.
The educated people will get it. So the J-Waves of this world be like, it's Europe.
And it's a bit, man. I don't even believe what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's always good to know. That's great. He hosts a show and he doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, good.
Listen, don't blame Jay. Blame the American education system. They don't teach you this shit.
I always
We have the internet. You can look it up on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs education when you got Google?
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're encouraging them, please.
Skillshare for $10 a month. You can learn any skill you want.
Yeah.
Is that your side hustle? Is that your side hustle, man? You want to keep that job too?
You guys are picking on me, right? Like you like in reality, you do understand what Frenchie's Corner is about.
Of course. We're just having fun. We're just having fun.
At your expense.
Yeah. But I still think the American school system sucks. No, I'm kidding.
The Canadian.
We're no better up here. I'll say it till the day I die. Canada is America light, so we're no freaking better.
But it's a great idea, Frenchie. Good job.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. It is a good job, but I prefer the hybrid version just because you get a little bit of both. You still get your factions, but you still get that really cool aspect of fighting to see who picks who. Yeah, I can see that one.
I think we are going to shrink the factions down a little bit. I know Christian has been posting that a lot. I know that a few months ago he did post up a lot where he wants to shrink it down, maybe expand the number of factions. So I think that's going to be eventually, but I don't know what we're going to do during it.
And this Ronin idea, right? Like if it's something that was ran with, it almost becomes a more high-profile version of the FCL. Because I think part of the problem with the FCL is for the people that don't have the time to watch everything, you're going to focus more on something that is MTS related or like with the MTS branding versus something that is technically different. Because just because you're playing in the FCL doesn't ever guarantee you'll step up. So you have the factions, which are the teams, and then you have these mid-ground players, which are good enough and proven enough to fight for that spot, and I think that'll draw in more attention towards them.
Yeah. What I like about this segment overall is like you've got the Frenchie's Corner and then the companion piece, the after show, the crew's take on it. And I really do like how you guys, the crew, they give like their honest thoughts on things that Frenchie and I are just completely absurd.
Spitting shit half of the time, bro.
I love it. Yeah, I don't believe what I'm saying half the time. I want factions. Hell yes, I want factions. What are you?
But Jay Wade, I have a question for you, Jay Wade. Now with the spiel is over in a sense. What do you think of the Ronin? Could it work though? Like not having full-fledged rosters, but having a bidding war to get the full-fledged rosters eventually.
I don't know if it would work, but I think it's interesting, and I would like to find out if it would work. I've got my little idea about how, I think 5 factions with each faction having say 25, or with each faction having 5 spots open, and they keep each faction has to keep one spot open, kind of like they can pull whoever they want from FCL for a specific match. Or, if Christian says, hey, you've got an Inner Geekdom match coming up, and say you've got Mara, and Mara's like, man, I can't make that. She's your Inner Geekdom player. Then you're like, okay, well, we'll pull up so-and-so from the FCL or something like that.
And Aaron, I have a question for you. Let's say we do the Ronin style or hybrid, right? How would tournaments work in your mind? If you have factions and Ronin players, how many do you put? What do you do exactly for tournaments?
I think if the if the Ronin players have the record to qualify them for the tournament, like they have a record that clearly shows they can compete with other players and they qualify, I think you put them in, because I think that creates a very interesting situation where, let's say, one of those free agent Ronin players plays in a tournament, makes it to the end, wins the tournament, and then goes and challenges for the belt. Well, when you compare that to points or the potentiality of a free agent player winning the belt, that makes them very, very attractive, and it gives factions a reason to look at them.
Now,
Not just that, to add on to that, it also adds a wild card element as well, because then you can have someone completely off the board win a tournament. I like that.
It's
now,
like when
Soda,
Erwin won.
I have a question for you. Going to a bit what you say that wild card. Let's say a Ronin wins the whole tournament. Does his points carry over to the faction, and do you add the points the Ronin accumulated?
See, that's a tough one, but I would actually say yes, because I mean they earn the points, they really deserve to have them go wherever they go. So I mean, it makes sense. It would make sense to do that.
All right.
Oh yeah, Frenchie's Corner and the Cruise take on Frenchie's Corner, everyone. And we got Paige coming up here in just a couple minutes. Before we do that, though, I do want to say I said I'll tell y'all how you can get a free month of $10 tier Schmoedown Patreon. Okay, now this is what I want you guys to do. This one is aimed specifically toward families, Schmoedown families. You have a child or more than one child. This is for you, and I'm going to give this all week to settle, and then we're going to pick a winner. Actually, we'll have someone from the Schmoedown. Perhaps I'm going to reach out, but we will have a completely neutral party to this show. We'll pick the winner. But here's what I want you to do. If you have a kid or a niece, nephew, a family, whatever, I want you to make a short video, tweet it at the Jcast Network with the hashtag Schmoedown Family Giveaway, and just tell us why you all love the Schmoedown. That's simple. And then, like I said, we will reach out to someone who is not associated with the show in any way, and have them go through, and they will select a winner. We will announce that winner next week. And on top of that, we will be doing 2 giveaways for this next week, actually. The other one is going to be more like you have to watch the episode and answer a question and then give us the correct answer in chat, kind of a deal. So this one, send in those tweets, those videos of you and your family telling us why you love the Schmoedown. Tweet it at the Jcast Network, hashtag Schmoedown Family Giveaway, and we will give the winner their name next week on the show. And real quick, speaking of next week's show, big pre-collision show. We will be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We're starting a little early. We've got guests Thomas Harper, Brandon Hanna, and Nerd Chronic stopping by. We'll have appearances from Frank Janish. Will be on Sexy Numbers with Double D. Schmoes of the North will be doing a segment. Let's Get Ready. We'll do a segment. And Whit's picks, everybody. Whit got together, gave us his picks for who he thinks will win, and he was joined by the Powder Keg. So we've got all that coming up next week. And our 2 guest co-hosts, dude, this is almost as good, if not equal, to the guests. We got Chris Lopez and Nancy Rodriguez will be our guest co-host next week.
Right on.
It'll be a lot of fun. Again, that's 1 p.m. Eastern time is when that starts. And get in there, families. Like I said, niece, nephew, whatever. Let's do it. And now it is time for Paige for Betty. And as I said, hot matches rules, they come into play here, the rewards and consequences. The winner, who this time is Matt Soda, he starts the interview one-on-one. And then second place will enter till the first person eliminated. Or no, wait, is that right? Yes, that's right. Sorry, it's one of those days, guys. One of those days. And I keep thinking about that right there. So without further ado, Soda, take it away.
How you doing, Paige?
Hey, how are you doing? Long time no see.
It has been a long time. So I got 2 questions right off the bat for you. First, how cool was it to film a part of a promo on a hockey rink? And 2, what was going through your head while Rachel was answering her final question? Because you looked like you were just on eggshells.
I'll answer the first one first. So first one, I mean, what's not better to put two things I love together, which is hockey and Schmoedown, and combine them into one. So it's like I want to make a really fun, entertaining promo. I feel like a lot of people have been getting more and more creative with them instead of just sitting in front of this computer screen. So I was like, I want to like do something so entertaining for myself to watch and for like everyone else. So I mean, I hope I hit that mark with people. Maybe now people will be more intimidated by me. So that's the game plan.
Yeah. Well, after this game, they better damn well be intimidated by you.
And yeah, about the last question. Oh man, I mean, when it comes to any match, any competitor, I don't underestimate anyone because the cards can fall anyway at any time. So I was just hoping for the best. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting there just like, please get it wrong. Please get it wrong. Which like you don't hope upon anyone, but obviously when it comes to yourself winning, you're thinking that at the end of the day. So
of course, and to be honest, after the match was over, it's like I kind of wanted to reach into the screen and hug you because you have all the tears. I'm like, she definitely earned it. She definitely earned that win. It was great. It was great to watch you guys get your first win. So how were you feeling after that? Like just a sense of relief that that win's off the table now?
Well, to me, it was just like. That was the goal. I was like, I can't go 0-2. I was like, I'm not having a mental breakdown. This cannot happen. I'm going to prove that I deserve to be here. So I'm going to get that W. And I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that damn happens. So when it did happen, I was just like, all right, now I got to taste the glory. I want it again. So that's the game plan, is just to continue it going. So.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, it was a great match to watch. I was so happy for you at the end. Like that win was well deserved and well earned.
Thank you.
Hey,
back.
Hey.
Hey, man, long time no talk.
I know, right? It's been like less than 24 hours, I feel like.
I know.
I get to see your face so much. So nice.
Yeah, and the conversation that we all had on that show talking about Star Wars The Bad Batch, man, I swear we sounded like a bunch of haters, to be honest, dude.
We did.
All three of us, man, for like 38 minutes. Nah, it's terrible. Got to go check that out, guys. But congratulations on your victory. I mean, you've called out Grace and Christian on this show a couple times. You know, give me those matches. Give me those matches. Have you taken any time, or do you have any time to breathe and enjoy it, or are you just right back at it?
Oh, I'm right back at it. I don't give I give myself a moment to breathe because I feel like, all right, I want to keep proving to myself, my faction, my manager, and everyone else out there that I deserve to be here. So for me, there's no breaks. Till the season's over, maybe I can take a week off. But nope, I'm here to prove that I'm meant to be here. So for me, it's just you keep going.
Now, what do you do that day that you tape the match and you win? I mean, obviously you can't celebrate with people who know about the Schmoedown and keep up with it, but I mean, can you go out? Do you celebrate it all? Like maybe you don't tell them that you are celebrating, but in your mind you are. Or do you just sit around and hang out? What do you do when you have that victory, but you can't let it out right away?
I know. I mean, definitely like being able to like talk to my faction and stuff is so exciting. Like we were definitely like on a call like the next day, like celebrating kind of in a sense. But no, I mean, for me, it just like, it feels good. And I'm just like, all right, I got the taste of glory, but this is just the beginning and I want to keep going. So I don't want to hype myself up too much and be like, well, I got one win at least like this season. Like, no, I want it to continue to happen.
Right.
I don't want it to be like a win's a win. Like, nope. I want it to be like on to the next win, on to the next one. Like that's how I'm looking for it. But yeah, no, it's funny because you're just like, I guess I'll have like a celebratory drink like for myself because I really can't say anything, but
what's the drink of choice?
Ooh, I mean, I love like espresso martinis or like margaritas.
Espresso martini.
Yeah, two very different things, right? But or like I do like whiskey. Like a whiskey sour sometimes.
Ow! Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So it up.
Oh, there's Aaron.
Hello.
Hello.
Because I know they'll spend a lot of time on the match breaking it down. I'm sure once everyone's here, especially the numbers guy in the wings. So I want to take you away for just 1 second because in the last, I believe it was the teams match they played, both Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan Irwin gave you specifically a lot of credit for helping them in the prep for that. What's that been like, getting to work with people who have been doing this for so many years and have had the amount of success that they've had? Because I'm sure as much as they say you've impacted them, they've had some impact on you as well.
Good question.
I mean, I'm surrounded by greatness, so I just want to be able to put forth the best effort and to help everyone out as much as possible, because when I'm getting to help someone else out, that's helping me, and I'm learning so much when I'm with all of those people on a call every single time. So just like to be surrounded by greatness, it makes you feel a little great, I think. So, I mean, it's an honor for me to be able to be like, at least I'm helping someone out, and I know that that effort is helping me out. So
now, be honest. How often have you picked Ethan's brain about movies he's worked on?
He told me, it's funny. I was talking to him the other day, and he was just, because he's worked on The Nice Guys, and that's like one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I've told him, I'm like, dude, so if I come out to LA, you'll get me a job, right? Like, I'll do anything you want me to. But I was just like, all right, have you met Ryan Gosling? Because that's my future husband. So you need to kind of, do you have any stories? And he's like, I can't tell these stories on during Zoom. He's like, when you're in person, I'll tell you these stories. I was like, okay, so I'm excited for those then. But like, that's the thing. It will be so exciting when we can actually all like see each other and like hang out in person. It's so funny. I'm just like, well, they know who I am when like we see each other like in person. I'm like, I hope so. But like, we spend so much time with each other, like over like Zoom calls and stuff, that like they're like my family. So.
Of course.
Yeah. What's the camaraderie like to shift to a different part of your faction between yourself and all your fellow rookies? Because obviously there's yourself in singles with you. You have Frankie, you have Amaru, obviously, who joined for IG. You guys have a good number of rookies. So I'm sure that puts some sort of togetherness between you because you're all kind of doing this for the first time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I literally have like a group chat, like group text chat with like Frankie and Amaru, and like we talk to each other like every single day about like Schmoedown and just like life related and stuff. So it's nice like having like vets on a team too, but it's nice to be able to like, you are new to this, so it's nice that you can like have someone to be like, how do you feel about like the situation, or like such like we're all in this together, whether you're a vet or a rookie. But it's nice when you have like rookies on your team too, because they understand where you're coming from too. But even the vets understand where you're coming from too, because they were at this point, they were at this stage at one point too. So it's nice that we all have each other's backs.
That's what makes them veterans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paige, I mean, to see you, because I did help you out that one time with the mock match, to see you go from that to this one match, I mean, you're definitely belong in the league, because right from the promo, I was entertained, and honestly, it just didn't slow down for me. You were perfect the whole way through it. I'm like, I want to see your next match. I want to see your next match. So
fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'll get one then.
Now, I don't want you spoiling anything in the future, but I think we can talk about this past match. So you've been making the round. So before you're making the rounds, you're like, I want a match. I want a match. Did you actually know the date that you were going to make a match, have a match, or were you actually promoting, like, were you actually saying, I want a match, and then you got the match? Or did you actually have the match first, and then you're just promoting around?
Oh, no, I was literally like, someone give me a match.
Okay.
I'm always in Sam's ear anyways. Like, I get it. When you don't win your first match, that they give priority to those that won. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I need to be able to prove myself, and I want to come back. Like, I want to make sure that this happens. Like, I want my first W. I want to be able to prove to everyone in the Schmoedown that I'm here. Like, I'm the real deal. So, yep, nope, that was all real. I was working my rounds to make sure someone would hear me. I knew Sam was hearing me the entire time, and he was working his magic, and it worked. So.
Yeah, because that was the kind of thing. Is like, okay, you have a match. I'm like, were actually just hyping it up? Because I know how sometimes that's how it happens. Because
definitely, yeah.
But I just that's one of the things. I'm glad Jay didn't mention that, because I'm like, when he started talking about you coming on, I'm like, oh no, is he going to ask my question? But I'm glad he didn't touch on that. So thank you, Jay. Thank you.
But Frenchie, you got a question for Paige, the Boston Badass. Get out here, buddy.
Hey, Miss Paige, how you doing?
Hey. I love both the hockey jerseys on this side, especially like the Bruins one too. And then you got a nice Predators one.
Well,
Both the Predators ones
you're
are
on. I had to bring out the Bruins one.
Yeah.
You can see it, but the second that Jay Wade had a screen on, I saw Soda putting on a fucking jersey like a madman to try to get a Boston right before you got on.
Yeah,
So
I
he was
had it in
prepared.
my lap the whole show.
All right, so
Oh, I
my
appreciate it.
question to you is, you see a lot of players, it takes a long time before they get comfortable with their character. From the first match, you see you were in it, but you were so nervous at the same time, and your character was there, but not 100%. And now to your promo video with hockey and a Bruins jersey, I really love that, by the way. And your confidence during your match and the character just seem much more natural and just there. Why and how did you progress so fast from match 1 to match 2?
Oh, I think for me though, like just being able to like have the time to just establish like your gameplay and your character, and to be able to work with like your lovely like faction behind you and stuff. Like when you have like such a badass faction that I have with like so many greats in it, it definitely gives you a boost of confidence and stuff. And you start feeling good when you know that your studying is paying off and that you're making like you're working your butt off for every little second. So I mean, I had that confidence in me in the first match, but obviously in the first match, like I didn't know what I was up against. And this one, I was at least a little nice because like there's more game tape on Rachel, so I kind of knew I was a fan of her before. So like it was nice to kind of know information like about her at least a little bit, and be able to rely on that from others, like on my faction being like, well, I played against her, so like here's like a pointer or something like that. But like even at the end of the day, though, it's you against the questions no matter what. And I've like come to realize that more and more, that I'm here to take those questions out. And if I can take my opponent out with me while I'm doing that, that's the game plan. So,
and that bleeds into your character, right? Because I'm feeling that the Boston Badass is just a hyped up version of you, and with that confidence, it just builds up like a really, really entertaining person to watch. Can't wait. Now, my last question to you is, are you going to integrate more hockey things? Because NHL has to be represented. There's too much NBA and NFL talk here on Schmoedown. So are you going to integrate more hockey into Schmoedown? Which is
I mean, hell yeah. If they'll keep having me, I'll keep doing it. I mean, he's like, that was probably one of the most expensive promos they've had. So you guys is not cheap. But no, I mean, if they'll keep having me, I'll keep playing great matches and giving great promos. So.
All right. Well,
I'm not a sports guy, but I gotta admit, I love you singing on the ice. It just I love it.
You were
you're in your
impressive too.
element. You're are where you're comfortable in the shows.
Yeah, and that was like the big thing for me. I was like, what are 2 things that I'm good at? Schmoedown and hockey. Like, I might as well put those 2 together.
And us Canadians appreciate it. So what's next for, like, what's your next goal? Like, is it to get on a pay-per-view? Is it to be in a number 1 contenders match? Like, what is the next goal now that you've got the first one out of the way?
To get another damn match. That's for sure. I mean, for me, like, I would love to be like in the singles tournament. Like, I think those are the best 32 players in the league. Like, I want an opportunity to be like, hopefully someone thinks I'm one of the best out of the 32. Like, I work my damn butt off. So, I mean, there's so many greats in the league, but I feel like I have shown and proved that, like, I'm meant to be there because I care so damn much. And I'm studying my butt off to make it happen. So, who knows? We shall see. Fingers crossed, all you guys.
Hey, fingers, toes, all crossed.
Yes.
Let's see you in that tournament.
I'm crossing my legs, I'm crossing my arms, I'm crossing everything.
All right, perfect.
It's like a pretzel at this point.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry for showing my bare legs on TV, folks.
You're muted, bro.
Either you're muted or you've lost your voice.
He's laughing, actually.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Before I kick it off to Frenchie here, I do real quick. I'm just curious. Does Sam make the rule book required reading, and like you guys have to know it? And like how does he approach the rule book with his?
I mean, it's so nice that he's been in the league, so he knows how the gameplay works, and he knows like the behind the scenes so much. So that definitely helps. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've all read it. It's like our little Bible, but for us, we're more worried about just winning and answering questions correctly. That we don't have to worry about the rule book because we're playing fair, and we're just hoping to get questions answered correctly. So I mean, he's just awesome to have in your corner, though. He's like our number one cheerleader, and he has our back. And like I said, he knows the game so well because he was a player, manager, champion. So it's just like nice that he knows all aspect of it. So it's good to have him in your corner of the ring. That's for damn sure.
Thanks. Paige for Betty, our interview is concluding, but you are going to stick around and play our game with us. So,
I'll stick around.
Yeah, guys. Frenchie, we're ahead of schedule too, baby. Look at this shit, dude. This don't happen very often, man.
This never happens.
I know.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm not the one to do an hour and 25-hour shows where we're supposed to do 45 minutes. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, you know what? I let the people doing the content run the show. I'm just there for the ride.
All right. I love you, Taco. Now, that being said, we want to do something, and you are actually, Paige, I'm not mistaken, you actually did this with a special on SOS back in the day with one of your teammates and Mario E. Wilson. And I said to myself, let's do it again. Let's have some fun. So this is Guess That Schmoedown. Basically, I have a Schmoedown player in my mind, and they'll have to guess it with one question. They'll ask one question each turn. If they want to guess who it is and they're right, they win. If they're wrong, they're out of the stream until next player comes in.
Frenchie, can I just bring a little thing of my own? Because I actually do host a show where we play a similar game. I just want to talk about real quick because it's happening tonight. So let's talk about Star Wars, which is the show I produce over on Schmoes of the North. We are playing Star Wars Alien or Not, where it's a similar format, but however, we don't eliminate people. Basically, you're given a question. You're supposed to guess if it's from Star Wars or not, and for a bonus point, if you can guess the name of the alien. So definitely check that out because we've got Gold Leader facing off against Marie Wilson, facing off against Moose Hawes is the third one. So check that out. And Paige, if you're interested, we'd like to have you on for the third game in about a month.
Yeah, give me a call.
Right on, you got it.
If I'm not studying, I'm studying, so just hit me up.
I got it. I'll hit you up.
You know I'm not cheating. These are all
right.
fun.
So
I'm just
proceed.
writing the clues down.
All right, so that being said, let's start. I'm going to go to Soda and then go Paige and so forth. So counterclockwise. Soda, what is your first question to try to guess who this is?
Okay. How long have they been playing in the league?
Okay, give me a quick second here. Damn it. Give me a second. Since 2019.
2 years.
So, Paige.
Is it a man or a woman?
A man.
Do they play in the singles league?
Yes.
Is their manager a man or a woman?
Man. Oh, and correction, I don't think they've been in singles.
Oh.
Okay.
Or if they do, I don't see it on the wiki, the Schmoedown.
All right,
wiki.
here's my good question. So, have they been a champion?
No.
No champion.
Since 2019, eh? Are they a Star Wars competitor?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Are they on the Quirky Mercs?
No.
Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot for it. Is it Adam Witt?
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. That's a pull, my friend. Wow.
Yes, but
Okay, I have to ask, how the hell did you get to that conclusion?
Because it was when you said I don't think he's done a singles thing, like just putting it together. Man, manager's a man. I said singles, you thought yes, but when you said wait, I don't think he's done it, I was like, so he's played in teams. That's where the confusion was. And then when he said Star Wars, Witt's the only person I can think of who's done teams in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think he was in the free for all.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that was
not
his
really
debut.
Single.
But yeah, so okay, all right.
The free for all this year was definitely had some IG questions in there. That's for damn sure.
All right, so let me just get to the next one. All right, so Sutter, you're up next.
Again, I'm going to go over the last one. How long had he been in the league?
Rookie this year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's my turn. Is it a? Oh my lap. Hold on 1 second. Let me just think of one real quick. Is their manager a woman or a female? I mean, woman or a female? A woman or a man?
It is a man.
Okay. Sorry, my laptop is not charging.
Do they play in IG?
Yes.
Here go. Oh, is it me or is it Jay Wade?
Oh, let's see. Is this player a man or a woman?
A man.
Let's see. Have they had a win? Yes.
Yes.
Is it Amaru Moses?
Nope, you're eliminated, my friend.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was gonna be my guess too, so I'm glad I did not say it.
I have someone else in mind.
Have they played more than one match this season?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Aaron gonna do it?
I kind of want to, but I've already won one, so I don't care if I get eliminated. Is it
come
Jesse
on.
Swift?
Yes.
Wow, dude, what?
Okay, I would have been eliminated. I was going to think Frankie Alvarez, but
All right. Damn, Aaron. Damn, you're
I would have guessed
dominating.
if it wasn't.
Basically, we're fighting to see who's not the biggest loser now.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't need to fight that long, dude. I'll own it.
Paige is in the Schmoedown. She's automatically the winner.
All right, give me a quick second to go to the next one. Because this is going faster than I thought because of Aaron.
I'm sorry. At least I'm keeping you under schedule.
All right. All right, so.
Dead air is great for the audio listeners.
I'm trying my best here.
If anyone's going to do that, it's Paige. I just have a feeling she's got a better singing voice than you, Soda.
Not at all. So to take it away.
Stage musicals, 2 of them lead. So
All right,
I don't know.
we got it.
He definitely takes it.
Soda, you're first. Go ahead, my friend.
Again, it's got to. That is going to be my start-off question because when did they join the league?
Okay, let me calculate here. 2020.
Okay, so pandemic. Okay.
Does their faction have an animal on the logo?
Yes.
That was a good.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That narrows it down
Specific.
pretty damn well.
well, yeah, I kind of know what it is now.
Hmm?
There could be more than one.
It could be.
There is more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see. Is the competitor a man or a woman?
It's a man.
Ooh.
You good there?
Hurry up, everybody! Get it wrong and let it get back to me.
Are they on? No. Do they play IG?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot from the hip again.
Oh, you back.
Is it Craig Gagne?
No, he
Fair
is
enough.
gone,
Bye-bye.
people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to shoot now. Is it Ben Goddard?
Yes.
No, I was going to say Saul.
All right. So these guys talk amongst each other until I find the next one is going to take 1 minute, okay?
I was thinking that then.
Hold on, Dan.
I was gonna say.
Since I've got this chance, I want to say one more time that we're doing a Patreon giveaway, a month's worth of Schmoedown Patreon. We will announce the winner next week. What you guys need to do is go to Twitter and tweet at the Jcast Network a short video of you, your family, your child, your niece, nephew, whoever your young ones are that you enjoy the Schmoedown with. All of you, just tell us why you love the Schmoedown. Hashtag that. Hashtag Schmoedown Family Giveaway. And next week's show, we will announce the winner of that.
So expect a video of my son sitting in his chair.
No,
All right. So I got my next competitor. Since we switched to cams, apparently, let's start with Paige. What's your question?
Is their manager a man or a woman?
A man.
And again, when did they join the league?
2015.
Oh,
Is the competitor a man or a woman?
A man.
Does their logo only have letters?
No.
Okay.
Oh. Does this player play in Star Wars?
No.
Oh, it's my turn. Are they on the Finstock Exchange?
Yes.
Oh, that just gave you guys the answer.
2015 Finstock Exchange.
I think I know who it is. It can
Yeah,
only
maybe
be-
I should not have asked that. Now Aaron's gonna get it.
Roca, is it?
Yes, it's tied
Oh!
2-2. Soda versus Aaron, baby.
That's the only two I could come up with.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
thinking it before you said it, and then you confirmed it. I was like, okay, yeah, it's got
I wouldn't have thought of it if Paige hadn't asked that question.
Yeah, I messed
I
up.
think Roca might be the only competitor who entered in season 2 that's actually still there. They were either there from the beginning.
No, DT season 1.
Riley's been there longer. He's been in season 1.
So
No,
well,
I just
did-
mean from
Almost
season
out.
2.
He was only in season 2.
Cool.
okay,
Right.
there you go.
So these guys talk with each other. I'm just gonna find the next one.
Oh, Soda, did you give an answer?
Yeah, the Roca.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you gave the answer or not. I thought you were just like, do I say Roca?
Real quick, while Frenchie is looking for the next one, I'll bring this up again. On next week's episode, where we will be announcing the winner from this week-long giveaway, we will have guests Thomas Harper, Brandon Hanna, and Nerd Chronic, with special appearances from Frank Janish, Schmoes of the North, Let's Get Ready Network, and Adam Witt with Witt's Picks. And he had Paul Preston with him for that. So be sure to tune in 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday coming.
All right, so let's go on to the next one. Boston Badass, Miss Paige. What's your question?
My question is, do they play in singles?
Yes.
All right, the year they entered.
Why do I even like? I should give you a year when it's
Yeah, you should always have that up now.
Yeah.
And throw this up.
It's 2018.
Have they ever won the title?
Nope.
The good old go-to is their manager, male or female.
Female.
Is this competitor in corruption?
No.
Go ahead, Paige.
I know I have a guess, but I don't know if I want to say it. All right, shoot. I'm just going to go for it. Is it Paul Preston?
Nope.
Oh, damn it. Bye,
Ooh.
guys.
Bye.
He's in the. Oh. Never mind.
Is it Alex Damon?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
All right, now, have they won more than one singles match?
Let me check. Your question is if they won more than one singles match?
Yeah, like, do they at least have 2 wins?
No.
Okay.
Is it Brittany Young?
Nope.
Is it Chris Jericho?
Nope. And the winner is Aaron by elimination.
Can I take a shot?
Yeah.
Is it Alonso Duralde?
No. It is a past player that's no longer in the Schmoedown. It is Brett Sheridan.
Oh.
Dude, in 2018, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The free for all, right?
Was that was the free for all where what's his nuts did the Star
What's his
Wars?
nuts?
Okay.
Yeah.
I blanked on his name for a second. That's my
Greg Alba,
go-to.
Greg Alba.
Yeah, Alba. What's his nuts? Sorry.
All right, so talk amongst each
That was a
other
tough
until for the
one,
next
Frenchie.
one.
That was a hard
I'm
one.
looking forward to combating Frenchie next week because usually we try to have like a like I'm the expert and we have an average Schmoedown fan's opinion, and it's gonna me and Frankie are just gonna go head to head because we're high school graduates. We graduated in the same high school, so I'm looking forward to combating against my fellow alumni.
That would make that high school reunion very interesting.
All right.
All right, so
Yeah, with the pipe going.
Yeah.
I got another one here. Since we keep changing screens because I eliminate, which is perfect because we randomize it a bit. Aaron, what's your first question? And yes, Soda, I'll give it a year.
No, you know what? I'm gonna make Soda think. What year did they enter the league?
All right, let me check here.
Jerk.
If I'm not mistaken, started in 2018.
Okay, have they won a title?
Yes,
Is it a man or a woman?
a woman.
Ooh.
Are they a current competitor?
Yes.
Is it Mara Kanopic?
Yes.
Yeah, that was my guess too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
I don't have zero. Was that cry? It's I am not last.
That was a warrior cry right there.
All right. You know what? You know what, Soda? I actually want to play the game for once. Would you mind choosing a competitor?
I've literally got it up right now, the wiki. So yeah, just give me
So
a second.
you're cheating, motherfucker.
No, I literally just brought it up right now.
It's okay. I
We knew
was
you were gonna
cheating
ask.
the last time too. So
Hey, real quick, while Soda's looking that up, I've got one more thing I'd like to plug. A lot of our buddy John over at Movie Lovers Unite. He has a blog, an online blog, and he was kind enough to post a trailer review that I wrote last night for the Dune trailer. And also special thank you to Paige. She did punctuation editing for me on that. Thank you very much. But yeah, go check that out. The link is in the description. And yeah, I'm going to continue to do this. And these little reactions or reviews will be they're going to be under the heading irreverent reviews. And once you read this thing, you will know exactly why. Paige didn't tell me what she thinks of it, but I'm sure she was.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't. I apologize. I just was like, oh my God, I forgot to send it back to you. Let me send it back to you. It was awesome. You did very good.
It's really out of left field.
No,
but
I like it because it's different.
But Soda, you got something for us?
I do. Okay, so who hasn't started first?
you know what? I'll go first.
Yeah, have Frankie.
Yes, let's do it.
Frenchie.
All right. I'll do the Soda route. When did he start?
2015.
Okay.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Are they still in the league?
Yes.
Have they ever won a title?
No.
Is there a star in their logo?
Nope.
You were thinking the same thing as I was, I think.
Oh yeah, now I know what you're thinking.
Is there a manager, a man, or a woman?
Woman.
Isn't it Inner Geekdom?
Nope.
Have they won? Hold on. Someone's question was, have they won a title?
Yes.
Mhm.
Is that over multiple divisions or just a singles division?
That's when I hear that, I just title in general. He has not won a title at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question then is, have they played in other divisions, like such as teams or IG?
Yes.
Do they play in more than one division currently?
Currently, I'm going to say no.
So that means they're still currently playing too.
Mhm.
I'm going to guess Elliot Dewberry.
Correct.
Wow.
I'll do another one. I like
Oh.
this.
I was gonna say like Riley.
I was leaning to Riley too.
Riley's 2014. Elliot
14.
Dewberry debuted in the season 2 team tournament.
Wow.
Okay, I got another one.
All right, you're faster than me. Damn.
Yeah.
All right,
Whose turn is it?
let's do like this.
Okay. Is this competitor a man or woman?
It is a man.
Oh, is it my turn or is it Frankie's turn?
It's yours.
Do they play in IG?
Nope.
What year did they enter the league?
2016.
Is their manager male or female?
I'm going to answer this with they do not currently compete.
Ooh, okay.
Good
Oh,
one.
The manager?
No, the player.
Oh,
They don't currently have a manager.
what's her name? It's him.
No,
what's his name?
no benefit of the doubt rule here.
Oh, shush. Don't start. Is it Matt Ashley?
No, you're out.
Damn.
That was a crazy guess. Wow. That was a good one.
Did they ever play in singles?
Yes.
So there was a singles player. Did they ever play teams?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot for it. Is it John Campia?
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
he debated in 2015. So,
You know what? I'm going to guess too. Oh wait, I think somebody already. Oh man, I missed what division they play in. Fuck, I can't guess that then.
I can say, I mean, if it's teams and singles.
Oh well, right on. I was going to chalk it up to that's on me. I should have been paying attention to keep track of the clues. But thank you, Dan, for helping me. I'm going to go ahead. I'll take a guess, and I will guess. Josh McCouga.
Nope.
Damn, that was a good guess because that's honestly what I was
was.
gonna go with. Ooh.
Makuga started in 2014, so that's why he.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn, he was
Remember,
juicy.
first tournament.
So,
Yeah. All right, so it's is it my turn or Soda's? Oh no, sorry, not so. Soda's the one that's
I'm like, I'm asking the
double T.
questions.
Sorry.
This isn't a okay. So, did this player had more than one match? I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah, way more than one match.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to be very clear.
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No.
Did they play with multiple like team partners? Did
Yes.
they? Okay.
Or actually, hold on. I want to confirm that. Just give me 1 second. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Is this Scott Mans?
Yes.
Wow. dude, that was a good damn guess.
Damn, he's getting
Wait,
back in the game now.
I do have one more to close out the show.
Okay.
How did you like guess that?
I don't know. I was just hoping for luck, and if I was going out, at least you could have won the
Movie
won
release
the match.
dates. Yeah.
All right, this will close out our show.
Yeah, I
So
should have said that movie release dates.
Okay. All right. So who hasn't asked first? Jay, I don't think you've asked first.
Jay hasn't.
are they a current competitor?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they a man or female?
Female.
When did they make their debut?
This season.
Do they have more than 2 matches?
Yes.
Is there a manager, a man or a woman?
It's a male.
Does their logo have an animal on it?
No.
Does the free for all count as another match?
Why not? Yes. Yes, it counts.
I guess that's my question then, because that was a question, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Paige?
Yes.
Damn it! I knew it.
I knew it was a great way to end it.
Oh man!
I was like,
That was good.
that
Aaron
count?
wins.
Good
God
job,
damn it.
Aaron. You won today. And so,
Thank you.
great question.
Thank you.
Great
I'm
choice.
like looking at him like yours was literally the first name I saw on screen. I'm like, oh, perfect.
I was gonna like say me too, but I was like, well, that doesn't
And-
sound
and-
cocky if I pick myself. So
I knew from the second question because I saw his face. I'm like, I know the way he thinks. He's like, why not close that out with Paige for Brady? So I was like, please, no one guess it. Please, no one guess it.
And I was
There,
trying
Aaron.
really hard not to grin while doing this.
And with that, that'll be my
Good.
last appearance on your show. Thank you guys. They won't bring me back for that.
You're always
You
welcome,
voted us
Aaron.
out, so there's that.
Man, that was a great episode, everybody. And I have problems too. And to show y'all one of them is OCD. I just took my rightful spot back on the screen. So with that being said, for real, thank you, Frenchie, for the game. That was a good time. Thank you, Aaron and Soda, for being on. Paige, thank you for your help last night with the review that I wrote, and thank you for being on here. Great match this week.
Thank
And
Thank you guys.
yeah,
I hope
and
you all enjoyed.
oh, we did.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, everyone, to tweet your family videos explaining why you love the Schmoedown to at the Jcast Network with the hashtag Schmoedown Family Giveaway. And we will announce next week who from those videos sent in one month of Patreon, Schmoedown Patreon. So everybody, thank you all so very much. Be sure and come back next week. Next week's episode is going to be fire. We are out. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.